Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Jessalina. If you guys are returning, thank you so much for coming back to another video. I want to go ahead and hop right on into the video because I hate super long intros. Like, I'd be like, skip. So let's just not make you skip and let's go ahead and just jump right on in. So today I wanted to create this video for you guys because this is something that I feel is key to having the foundation of a powerful, strong, spiritually rooted, beautiful woman, you know, a beautiful daughter in Christ, a beautiful woman in Christ, and how you show up and represent yourself to the world. But not only that, also too, having a woman mentality is super powerful. I want to talk to you guys today about having a woman mentality. A woman mentality is so influential, is so powerful. It will carry you through life, and it will just equip you as a woman. As a woman, you have to have your mind secured. You have to have your mind on lock. You have to have your mind made up. You know what I mean? You have to believe in yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to understand who you are, what you bring to the table, and you have to be confident in your mind and what you believe and what your value is. I really want to talk to you guys today about having a grown woman mentality throughout my journey of my life experience, throughout my journey and just living life. For me, being a young girl, having a young girl mentality that I had to grow up extremely fast, to me being a young woman, right? Relearning how to regulate myself, relearning basically everything that I was never taught and that I never knew about. Basically, who taught me how to be a woman was the Lord himself. All of what I know is because the Lord has downloaded it into my spirit and has been with me ever since I was a little girl. And I can vividly remember feeling the Lord with me, being in the same room with me, being a voice in my heart and in my mind and in my spirit when certain things were going on that I was seeing growing up, that there was a voice that was rising up that was putting it into my spirit to not be like that, to not do and be like the things that I was seeing when I was growing up. So how did my little girl mind know at that time what was going on in my mind and in my spirit? I didn't know at that time. It wasn't until I got older and until I was old enough to recognize that that was my father that was speaking to me. For me to be able to see, like, wow, this was the Lord himself. And it's really the seeds that he planted in me from when I was a little girl to now that I'm able to be like, you know, Christ Jesus himself is real and is living, because these are experiences that I had when I was little, where I wasn't brought up in I wasn't brought up in a faith-based home or where we read the Bible and all the things. You know, one thing that my mom did do when I was really little was pray with me every single night before I went to sleep, just like the Lord's Prayer. But we also used to pray a lot too, because I would see and feel like things when I was little as well. But that's not, that has nothing to do with this video. But when I would have those experiences of like spiritual experiences of like hearing, seeing, feeling things, you know, spiritual things, my mom would say like the Lord's Prayer with me and stuff. And you know, when she would do that, that's when I would be like, you know, like I would ask her questions about like, who is God, you know, and things like that. And, you know, she never really had an answer for me, you know, but I feel like by me having that interest, the Lord, I was already a seed of Christ. I was already a daughter of His, since me being a little girl, having that first inclination to like wonder about who God is and stuff like that, the true living God, you know? So yeah, from me being a young teenage girl to me being a young woman, right? Me reflecting on my life and being a young woman to now me being a grown woman, because now I'm 28. Turning 28 on February 8th, you guys. And yeah, so I've just been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of self-reflection that I want to share. I want to share all of the things that God has shown me and downloaded into my spirit all throughout the years. You know, of course I can't say everything in one video. Like there's gonna be more videos. This is like the starting point. This is like the foundation of womanhood. You know what I mean? Like womanhood starts with your mental. It starts within your mind. This is for you, how you have to move through life every single day feeling and being in your body. You know what I mean? Like I think we take our life experience for granted. You know, like there was like this trend going on, you know, about which I think it still is, but not so heavy anymore, at least from what I can see. But that trend that was going on about like really like romanticizing your life. Well, within your mind, you also have to romanticize your mind in a Christ way. You know what I mean? Us as women, our minds, we can go as far and as deep and in intricate detail as we want to be. And that's why we love books, because we love the mental picture of things. We can go deep and dive into imagination. Our imaginations are like an ever-flowing spring of creation. Like there's nothing on the face of this earth that can compare to a woman's mind. You have to beautify your mind in all of the right ways, because you have to live in your vessel, right? This body is a vessel, but what's inside of this vessel is your spirit and your soul. And that is what God sees. God doesn't see our physical body. He does see how we take care of our body, how we treat our body, how we respect our body, and how we honor our body, because our bodies are a portal. Our bodies are a gateway. They harness the Holy Spirit. They're a temple. They're a house to the Lord. So of course, everything that we put in our bodies is meaningful, is purposeful, and we do have to take good care of ourselves. But our mind, you know, we can't see our mind. You know, we can see our bodies. Our bodies can be in shape. Our bodies can look good, and our bodies can also be extremely out of shape and not look so good. You know what I mean? But what if your mind could be on display, like how our bodies are? How would your mind look to people? And we can try to cover up our minds all day, but when you are a spiritual being, when you have true spiritual eyes, when you're not seeing with fleshly carnal eyes, but when you're seeing with spiritual eyes, you begin to start seeing everything differently. Your mind is on display to the Lord, and not only that, you know the shape and you know the condition of your mind. That was a quick little gem for you guys to take and to plant into your heart and to keep with you. So we're gonna go ahead and start really talking about what is a grown woman mentality and how you guys can apply it to your life. So I got my notes, you guys. My phone be all up in my videos because literally I gotta look at my notes real quick. The very first one is gonna be about self-awareness with confidence. When you're talking about having self-awareness is a deep knowing of who you are, what your character is like, what your values are, the things that you want to carry. Self-awareness is being fully aware of your presence, being aware of what the value that you hold. You got to understand that you are valuable. You being a woman, a life-giving force, a nurturer, just being a woman, we hold so much power. We're everything to the Lord. Like God created his daughters with a purpose. There's so much purpose that us women hold, and that's why we're constantly under attack from every single angle. If we're not equipped within our mind to be self-aware, then we have no foundation of who we are. Therefore, any and everybody can come in and make you think the opposite of what you should be thinking about yourself. You know, you got to think. Two people who are insecure, confidence is a threat. Self-awareness is a threat. Self-awareness and confidence, those two things that a woman carries can be a threat to men and can also be a threat to women, can be a threat to friends and family. So, you know, sometimes people will try to make comments at you or try to have you doubt your instinct, to have you doubt God, to have you doubt things that you believe about yourself. You could feel really good about something. You may not be around the best kind of people to help build your confidence up that will deter your confidence. And it can be from a job, it can be from anywhere, any place at any time. People will try to make you feel little and insecure and not aware of yourself. You do have to hone in on understanding yourself truly and deeply, being self-aware first and foremost. And that self-awareness is going to come by spending time alone and being in God's presence, you know, praying for the self-awareness that you need, doing things that are hard. You have to kind of put yourself to the test, put yourself against some sort of resistance. Resistance is what tests us. Something that's hard is going to show you who you are. Also tied in with that, how you get confidence. When you're shown who you are and you achieve and you go the extra mile and you keep on enduring and you keep on going and moving forward in life, that confidence is being built little by little by little to a point to where now you're a strong woman. You know, you're a self-aware woman. Now you carry an aroma, a beautiful spirit within you, and the essence that flows from you, right, is going to be set apart than anybody that you're around. You know, it's very important for you to be self-aware. When you become self-aware, you do have to be mentally strong, because sometimes we cannot like what's in our mind. And honestly, you're not supposed to. If you just automatically like everything about you and you have no internal dialogue to say how I'm being, who I was before, I don't like that person. You know what I mean? I don't like those aspects about myself. There's nothing wrong with not liking stuff about yourself. Things before that I have not liked, I have prayed for renewal, and I have had the internal discipline to turn away from the things that I didn't like, until eventually those things were not even a factor to me anymore. Those things were not a part of my spirit anymore. So God removes things up out of you and puts new things in you, and it'll be a flowing stream of beauty and of self-awareness. And like I said, that atmosphere around you will be so flowing and so beautiful that you'll be captivating. You will ward off any spirit. You just won't be approached by any and everybody. You know, and a lot of women, you know, they battle with finding the right type of man. But do you know that all you have to do is go internally and really be renewed from within, have Christ renew your spirit, that not any and everybody will approach you, because you'll be so sacred and so set apart, and everything about you will be perfect, from the way that you smell to the way that you do your hair to the way you wear your clothes. When God touches you, everything is perfect. There's nothing out of place about you. And when you carry that confidence and that self-awareness internally, externally, it's going to show, it's going to be all over you. And people are afraid of that. Girls are afraid of that. Girls are afraid of that. Men are afraid of that. Like, especially ones who don't have good intentions. You know what I mean? They won't be able to come near you because your spirit and your energy and everything about you is so bright. Like, light will always defeat darkness. So just remember, girl, to always be self-aware and confident. Self-aware and confident. Knowing who you are and showing up as who you are and not being afraid, being firm and standing on who you are and what you know. The next thing, you guys, is going to be emotional regulation. Emotions, you guys. Emotions, 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 emotions. Emotions. When we, us as women, like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm an emotional being. Like, I'm sensitive, I'm empathetic, I'm very in tune with my emotions. I love to be in my emotions, whether my emotions are very like excited and happy, like I'm there. You know what I mean? If my emotions are in a negative place, you know, I may be sad, I may be depressed, or I may be, you know, just not being in my right state of mind, you know, feeling overwhelmed, you know, feeling just very like pinged out of my brain, you know, a lot of things, be overstimulated, really. My emotions, I can be really, really, really like in my emotions. And one thing that I have learned is to regulate my emotions. Okay, regulating your emotions will change your whole entire life, because when you are emotionally mature, you will still have all of the feelings that you have, but you'll just know how to handle them better versus, you know, going off the wall, or, you know, just not knowing how to recuperate and come back to yourself, and just to be gentle with yourself and to know that these emotions that I'm feeling, they're for a reason and they're for a purpose, because the emotions that our bodies are telling us within ourselves, sometimes our spirit and the things that God can put into us are emotions to move us and to do certain things. You know what I mean? There's a time and there's a place for everything. When to know how to speak on something, and also when you should not speak on something, and when you should act on something and when you shouldn't act on something. Let's start within your home first. Okay, I reference husband and children and family because I am a mom, I am a wife, I am all of these things, right? So a lot of how I regulate myself now, being in my grown woman era, is different than how I would regulate myself being when I was like more younger. When I was more younger, before I had kids, and I've been with my husband since I was 16, so that's a little bit different, girl. I've always been with him since the beginning of time. But that doesn't mean anything. Like, I was still like not so emotionally regulated. But from when I was with him, right, to now. So you have to be aware of the things, what's going to move you out of certain spaces, especially more so when we're having like negative feelings, right? When we're feeling overstimulated, when we're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed. Instead of immediately going off and pouring out your wrath on every and anything around you, just hold that in for a while. I know you're going to be like, what? Like, hold it in. But what I'm saying is, it takes emotional maturity to swallow your pride a little bit, and to not act and speak on the very first emotions that you feel. Sometimes you just need a shower. You know, sometimes you just need a change of clothes. Sometimes you just need to eat. You know, sometimes you just need fresh air. And sometimes none of that will make it feel better. Sometimes you will just still be in a bad mood, or, you know, whatever it may be. I would say just settle down within yourself and just ask yourself, you know, okay, what is going on right now that is just making me just feel so overstimulated? And we may know the house may be a mess, everything may be crazy, you know, your husband just could be just laying on the bed not doing nothing, because sometimes men just do that. Sometimes men just don't think the way that a woman thinks, to just automatically get up and do something. You know what I mean? So instead of being, you know, grumpy and going off and doing all the things, open your mouth and ask for help. You know, ask for help. Also, what I like to do is I just like to just be grateful. I know this is crazy. You're gonna be like, dude, what? But I know. But I just try to think everybody's safe. I be thinking of the worst stuff. Like, what if this happened? This right now would feel so amazing and so great if I could, go back in time. One of my little secrets that I like to do is I like to imagine myself being an 80-year-old woman, and I get one day. I get one day to come like a blast to the past. I get one day to come back to when my little baby girl is 2 years old and my husband is young, smooth, and beautiful, and I'm young, smooth, and beautiful. You know what I mean? And this is this is my day. That is like a little trick that will like change my mood if it's like inside the home. But one of the other things about emotional regulation, being outside of the home, right? When you're at your workplace, when you're around like outside family, people who are not within your immediate home. When it comes to outside triggers, you know what I'm saying? The things that you do at home is what's gonna ground you and root you to not be so easily triggered. A lot of times we have to make sure that our hearts are in order, that we have to know that we have to have boundaries set in place to not let everybody and anybody have access to your heart and to your emotions. That's like with like the outside world, like extended family, strong family ties. If you have strong family ties to like toxic family and things like that, like you have to have boundaries in place. You may have to put up barriers and boundaries between certain people in your life to keep your spirits protected, to keep your spirits up, to keep your mind in a good and healthy place. Because sometimes we can be in situations and circumstances where we're around energy vampires, where we are around people who want to suck and drain your energy. Some people love to make other people mad. They get a kick out of it. Like they feel better making you mad. They sleep better at night knowing that they have hurt you, that they are able to make you sad, to make you cry, to make you have some sort of effect on you emotionally, and that soothes them. At the end of the day, you can't have nobody having no strong heart ties to you that don't truly care about your well-being and your emotional state. So being emotionally regulated in every area of your life is what's gonna keep you rooted and grounded in your womanhood journey, in being a firm woman, a woman that's aware of her emotions. So some things that I like to do for me, I'm mindful. I'm very mindful. I take time for myself. Whether it's, when my daughter's napping for 2 hours. There's always time for yourself. Even when you feel like there's no time, you have to make time. You have to make time for yourself, and you have to make time for God. And those two things are going to keep you spiritually grounded, spiritually armored, and regulated. So mindfulness, journaling, being reflecting on your emotions lately, reflecting on the things that are bothering you. Once you know the things that are bothering you, and if it's not healthy for you, you have to be strong, and you have to make those changes, those relationship changes, cut people off, do whatever it is that you need to do to get your mind back right. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you are the one who has to live in your body. And our bodies, again, you guys, they carry our emotions, they house everything about us. So why are we not taking that more seriously? Why are we not being more emotional regulated, taking responsibility, right? taking responsibility of ourselves. And that leads me into the next topic, you guys, is our responsibilities. Being a woman, you guys, at the end of the day, we got a lot of responsibilities, okay? That's one of our duties in this life, is to handle our responsibilities and to handle them well, and to be mature, to grow up, to not be afraid to grow up, to really embrace responsibilities and to use that as strength and independence. You know what I mean? That's also going to build confidence for you within your mind. When you are handling your responsibilities, right, in different areas of your life, it can be from career, getting up, going to work on time, being giving, working as if you were working for the Lord. No matter what type of job that you have, you should be earnestly working, not overworking yourself, not doing things for corporations and things like that don't care about you. You know what I mean? Like, half these businesses and half of these places where we work in real life, at the end of the day, they just don't care about us. But it's not about them. It's about you. It's about you, and it's about how you are, and how you are and how God sees you, and the character that you're building. So look at it as, yes, this responsibility that I have to take care of. I got to take care of these responsibilities, but this may be hard mentally and physically for me to do, but this is building us up. And when we're being built up for something, it does not feel good, okay? It does not feel good going through the process of being built. Being built is hurtful. You have a lot of resistance. You feel like you're making no progress, right? It's literally the same like when you're working out, like in the gym. If you're not a runner and you start running, you will see how out of shape your heart is, and how you breathe, how you'll cramp, how your legs will hurt, how you have tendons and all these ligaments that you didn't know that you have, but now you know that you have, that literally are hurting and are sore the next day, right? And in this life, when you're handling those responsibilities, right, that's how it can feel, because we can't see the fruit of our responsibilities, of the work that we're putting in right away. And a lot of times you may not ever see it physically, but it's going to be internal, something internal that you carry. And just because we can't see things physically doesn't mean they're not of value. Everything that is of value, everything that truly, truly, truly matters in this life is not going to be seen. It's all unseen. Everything that matters is unseen. So these things that you have to take care of, right? They are building you up as a woman, because a woman who handles her responsibilities, a woman who manages her home well, a woman who like I said, works earnestly, a woman who takes care of herself, most importantly, taking care of yourself. I know that it's a lot, and I know that everybody's situations and circumstances are different. All of the things that you have to manage, you have to find a way to beautify that in the midst of handling all of your responsibilities. Just making sure that you're taking time for self-care, taking care of yourself, doing things that are going to make you feel good, exercising, eating healthy, stretching, you know what I mean, meditating, reading, whatever it is, read. Get out of our phones all the time. You know what I mean? Get off consuming online all the time. Get off consuming people all the time. You could be consuming way too much to where your mind is just overboard, to where you're not managing your time well. You're not handling your responsibilities on how you should be handling them. That's how you guys are gonna be able to really handle your responsibilities, is by first really taking care of yourself, and then flowing into mapping out what exactly needs to be handled and prioritizing certain things of what's most important in my life and what is wasting my time. Is what I'm doing right now benefiting me and growing me? Because you have a choice on what you're choosing to entertain. You know what I mean? Like, you have a choice to be at the job that you want to be at. You have a choice to be with the person that you're with. You have a choice in how you manage your time. So don't let nobody take away your independence. Don't let nobody take away your rights to how you handle the things that you want to handle. That is pretty much what I had for you guys today about womanhood. Those are just my top things. Womanhood is about growth. Truly, it's about resilience, you guys, and it's really to empower you. Do some self-reflection to really get your mind and your life and where you're at in your life journey right in order. I'm going to tell you again and again and again that, you guys, this life can be all that you want it to be. In your mind, if you have a belief system that something is too hard, all it does is just take one action and then another action and then another action. So really just putting action into place. It's all about action. At the end of the day, if you're not happy, if you're not where you want to be in life, if you want to level up your mind as a woman, then I would definitely take the tips in this video that I've given you guys and apply it to your life, and you will see that your life will completely change. So my goal, you guys, is to really have you guys living in your mind, loving, creating, being free, being in flow of life. I hate to see women overstimulated, not taking care of themselves, not feeling beautiful, not exercising and doing the things that you should be doing as a woman. Because at the end of the day, you were created with a purpose. You were divinely put here for a divine purpose, and you have certain things in your life that you have to meet, you have to do. Don't let this life and this media and all of these distractions and everything make you feel less than, make you feel insecure, make you be not self-aware, not make you be emotionally regulated, and most importantly, not handling your responsibilities. Because everything wants your attention at the end of the day. Everybody's trying to grab everybody's attention, but really the attention needs to be on you and needs to be on where you want to be. So with that being said, you guys, take some time to be with yourself today. Take some time to really just be in your mind. And like I said, it may not be the best thing, to be in our mind, but that's where we got to start. We got to start at the beginning of the road where it's hard and go from there. You know what I mean? Because we want life to be beautiful. We want to experience life to be beautiful. Time is valuable. Time is one of the most valuablest things that everybody takes for granted, and we don't get it back. We will never get this day back. We will never get our youth back. We will never get memories and time back. So don't let nobody steal what God has put inside of you. Keep what's inside of you precious. Keep what's inside of you sacred, purified, holy. Don't let nobody defile you. Don't defile yourself, you know what I mean? And walk this life in beauty, in honor, and integrity, and you will be just fine. Okay? Life is beautiful. Like, relax, girl, just relax. It's fine. Okay. Anyways, you guys, my camera is about to die, so let me hurry up. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys love this video and you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and turn on your post notifications, you guys. Leave me a like and comment for me a pink heart for my birthday. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.